Good morning, everybody. This is Jose from Florida Vision Technology coming to you live from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, from our headquarters. Hopefully everybody's doing good during the COVID-19 situation. I'm hoping you guys are enjoying our videos with the many different guests we have with us. Today, I have Sam Adler from Humanware. He's going to show us a Humanware low vision connected devices. Right now with everybody working from home, learning from home with this whole learning distancing, it's very important for people with a visual impairment to have these tools with them, whether, again, it be for their jobs or having to work one-on-one with a teacher from across the city or across the state, even in some cases across the world. So I'm going to bring Sam on here. Sam, how are you?
I am well, thank you. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. It is a good day. It's a good Friday. How are you doing? How are you doing during this whole
I'm
COVID-19
great.
situation?
I'm great. I know it's Friday, but it feels like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
Yeah,
Friday,
it's
right?
like all the days are they're just all one big long day, man.
Everything just blending in, it's like Groundhog Day. That's how I call it because
Yeah.
I'm in confinement. And don't be fooled, for those of you that are sighted, in the background of my Zoom, which I love Zoom, by the way. We've been using it extensively. There's palm trees and a beach, that's how I feel today. But I'm actually live from Montreal in Canada.
Woo.
Believe me, if I did put my camera live, you probably would see a bit of a snowbank and some cold weather. So that wasn't appealing for Florida.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
Sam, if you could tell us a little bit about yourself, like I told everybody, you're from Humanware. If you could tell us your position and
Of
how
course.
you got there, and maybe a little bit about yourself would be great.
Absolutely. I'd be happy to do that. Just before I start, I want to thank you, Jose, Florida Vision Technology. It's a privilege to be here today. And it's always great to work in partnership with Florida Vision Technology. You're awesome folks, great team. It's always a pleasure to partner up with people like you that are helping out for visually impaired Florida clients. So thank you for
Likewise,
the
likewise,
privilege.
and the honor is
Um,
all ours. We appreciate you joining us today.
Yeah, and I must say, my heart's in Florida. So I normally live just north of Orlando. That's where my home is. But with all this COVID thing, I had to go back home and be safe. The family's here also. So I'm just looking forward to the day they're going to reopen the customs. I'll probably be the first one in line, even if I have to wait overnight. I'll just go. I'm going back. Believe my heart's in Florida, man. Uh, you just love Florida. You can't hate it.
Yeah.
And now I have some colleagues all over the world, we're doing Zoom webinars and they're in Texas and it's 75 degrees, Florida, it's 85 degrees. And I'm
Jeez.
like, dang, that's me normally. Yeah. So yeah, my name is Sam Adler and I work for Humanware. Been with the company for, I don't know, 18, 19 years. Um, and as I said, I work from Florida. So I cover the southeast of the US. Very happy. I love this job because I get to go into schools and work with kids, training them on products, showing them solutions for their daily challenges, work with professionals, seniors, great dealers, all kinds of folks that, are looking for ways to be able to do their daily activities. And I must say, just like you, Jose, I'm kind of privileged because I'm visually impaired. So let's put it that way.
Yeah.
I get to
Yeah.
play with the toys, right? I
There
mean,
you
I
go.
couldn't do my job without them.
There you go.
Technology is just so important. And you look at Zoom, for example. I mean, we can get a bunch of people that are all over from their living rooms and their offices, mobile offices, and just group around and chat and show things. Technology is just awesome, and the connected technology brought us, it leaped us forward many years, right? So we're very fortunate for that.
Yeah, I always tell people, I mean, having a disability isn't the greatest thing in the world, right? But I mean, in
Thank you.
today's age,
Yeah.
technology makes it so doable. I mean, we have
Oh,
so many things out there that allow people with a disability to do things like someone who doesn't have a disability. So I'm very grateful that I am
yeah.
around at this time, where there's so much technology out there that allows me to do things like reading, yeah, navigating, anything I need, I pretty much can do. I just do it a different way from someone who's sighted.
Absolutely. And I think, especially in the days that we live with this crisis going on, technology is taking a forefront. It's really taking an important place in our lives. Previously, it was a nice to have. Now it's a must to have.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
So
definitely a
regardless of
necessity.
AT technology, that's one thing. And then you have the general technology, but a lot of folks, they couldn't work without their phones anymore. Their cell phones are intelligent, and I think assistive technology has to go in that direction. So I see teachers, I mean, in the states where I cover, that are working with their kids, and they're exchanging documents, and they're making their corrections and sending the document back to the child. And either blind or low vision, the assistive technology that's now connected and intelligent, it's a must. It has to be there, and we really have to catch up. And Humanware is very, very keen. I think, in the industry where there's several options to everyone, we're cutting edge. We really strive to follow the trends of technology. I used to work as a product manager, so many of the devices that you see in the low vision line, I've designed, or I assisted the design with the R&D team. So the Connect 12 that we'll be talking about later, for example, that's a product that I designed, because my dream was to have a portable device that was smart enough so I can do my email, and at the same time that I could do a Zoom webinar, and be able to read my Facebook, and it's just great,
Yeah.
So these tools
Yeah.
are awesome, and Humanware is really working hard to maintain that connectivity. All of our products run on batteries. Most of our products have Wi-Fi built in, Bluetooth. So that's what we need today.
Yeah.
It wouldn't make our lives easy if we're working with traditional products that are on the market.
Yeah, I feel like right now with the whole COVID-19 situation, I mean, before it was very important for people who are visually impaired to have access to these products, but now I think it's even more important than ever. Whether you're a student and you have to learn, with distance learning, or you're a professional and you're working from
Yeah.
home, using this, learning in a classroom in itself could be challenging, but working from home with this whole distance learning thing is even more of a challenge. And I think it's very important for people to know what's out there and to have access to these type of products. That way they can continue to be productive and continue to be successful, whether it's in their education or their profession, or even people who just want to do things around the house, like reading a book, keeping up with cooking. A lot of people are learning or having to learn how to cook now, due to not being able to go out and eat at restaurants. So a lot of these products you can use in different areas of your life.
Absolutely. And I do want to take advantage of this forum. So, partnering up with Florida Vision, you're probably close to Jose and Lisa and Annika and the team. Um, as a manufacturer, Humanware is always striving to look at what's next. And I do want you to reach out to Florida Vision and tell them what you'd like to see. So we know the school year this year's is kind of shot, which is pretty sad. It's sad for kids, obviously, but then what's going to happen in September, we don't know. I mean, we can listen to the news and the trends and look at the curves and so on. There's all kinds of rumors of this situation being prolonged. So the question that I want you to help us with through the means of Florida Vision technology is, how can we make it easier? What are you going to do in September if there's only 10 kids in a classroom and your blind kids or your low vision kids are at home? What software are you using? What platforms are going to be useful for you?
Yeah.
What media do you need? What features are missing? Because this is the future, and we don't want those visually impaired kids to be left behind.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we need to hear from TVIs, from teachers, from professionals, what's the next step. And I must say Humanware is very open to that right now. We're opening all kinds of forums. We're looking to find out crucial information on how we can facilitate distance learning and working from home. So please reach out to Annika, to Lisa, to Jose, whoever. You're welcome to send emails or just an idea, whatever you think would be
Yeah.
good to maintain this this highly important education through these difficult times. So we're open
Yeah.
to that.
Awesome.
Yeah, and listen, if you can do anything, if you can send an email to Donald, ask him to reopen the customs, I'd be happy to. But hey, I mean, some things will have to be patient, right? There's some things that we can't do, and technology is just like that. There are limitations. Zoom's not perfect. Technology is not perfect. Sometimes there's a learning curve. Sometimes there's limitations we have to live with. So, but that doesn't mean we can't break those limits. So,
Yeah.
so the only thing is we need to find the right resources, and Humanware has a lot of those. So If you need anything, you reach out to Florida Vision, to Humanware. We'll be happy to assist you.
Yeah. Yeah. So Sam, can you give us like a little background about Humanware? Because we've
Yeah.
had other guests on the show who represent different manufacturers, but I want people to know what Humanware does and who they
Yes.
are.
Absolutely. Thanks for that question. Humanware is a company that's based in Montreal or near Montreal. It started off 35 years ago. It was a small company called Visuaid. Visuaid was the manufacturer, the inventor of the Victor readers. So that we know the Victor readers for reading Daisy books and for reading audio podcasts and all that good stuff. So several generations of Victor readers, and somewhere around 2006, we merged with a company called Pulse Data that was from New Zealand, and we became Humanware. So Humanware as a company now had digital talking book players, GPS systems, various softwares, and also the Braille Note Touch, which was a very hot item at Pulse Data. And throughout the years, Humanware has became a very important resource when it comes to accessible technology. So now we have 175 employees approximately. There's offices everywhere in the world. It's an international company. 10 to 12% of our employees are visually impaired. I remember when I was working with the R&D guys, there's someone in QA that's completely blind that proofreads and makes sure that our product is to spec. We had programmers that are qualified that could do a better job than the sighted folks. So that's pretty awesome. They were,
That is
I
pretty
think
awesome.
the visually impaired employees at Humanware are definitely the core group of our development team, and including also tech support. If you call tech support, there's 95% chances you'll get a visually impaired person that's going to assist you with your situation. So it's very awesome.
Yeah, and
So
that's one of
Humanware
the
is very
things I
close
really
to the
love about
mission.
Humanware. That
Yeah.
you guys, I mean, it's very similar to Florida Vision Technology. I
Yes,
mean,
sir.
we do have sighted coworkers, but the majority of our team is visually impaired.
Yes.
So I mean, we provide products for the visually impaired, and while we do sell them, we're also users of the products. And with
Uh-huh.
Humanware, they design products for the visually impaired, and they have people
Yes.
who are visually impaired designing the products. So I mean,
Correct.
it's like a win-win situation, right? You can't go wrong
Absolutely.
there.
Well, actually, you and I, Jose, are probably the worst critics to our own products.
Yeah, that's true.
So I know Jose calls me sometimes. It gives me an earful of I don't like this situation. This feature is missing, and then we go and beat up the sighted folks. They can make it happen.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's the nice thing about having. It's not just a business. We're not just vendors. We're not just manufacturers. We're solution providers, just like Florida Vision. We walk into a school or to a workplace and we look to find the right product for that client. And sometimes it's not a Humanware product, but hey, I use other products also, right? I mean, every low vision person in an average has 5 different tools. So it's not just Humanware, it's all kinds of stuff. As long as it works for you, and everyone's different. So I think manufacturers really have to look at what's their line of sight and what they want to make. And Humanware did decide to go towards connected devices. So you look at the Braille No Touch, you look at the Connect 12, the Reveal 16i. They're built in with Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and all the nice toys that kids need, and that's more advanced in technology. And then we have the lower tech devices. So we have a pretty wide range of products. We Florida Vision sells every one of our products. So you have the Victor Reader line if you want to listen to talking books as you're confined and you have nothing else to do at home. For $399, you can buy a Victor Reader stream connected to the Wi-Fi and listen to CNN or Fox or whatever news station that you're listening to, or music, or read a book. It's just
for those of
nothing
you
better
who
than that.
might have those already, you can listen to the Florida Vision Technology podcast. So if
Yeah,
you go to
there you
your
go.
online bookshelf and go to podcast and just type in Florida Vision Technology or
See?
Florida Vision Technology podcast, we will pop up. You can subscribe. You can listen to all the Zoom with Us programs that we're coming out with, and you can also listen to other
Yeah,
content,
that's cool.
how to do
Oh
content.
yeah, it's so important to have content. The player's one thing, but if you can download a book from Bard, or if you can listen to a podcast such as Florida Vision, or if you can listen to the news, music, it's very important. So the Victor Reader Stream is a low cost device that's I couldn't live without it, right?
Yeah.
And most
Yeah.
of you do have it. They might even have two just in case. Just
Some people actually do too.
yeah, exactly. So Victor readers are great. You have the Trek with the GPS. You have other products that are super cool. We think, for example, on the blindness side, we have note takers that are intelligent. We also have braille displays of different form factors. We have a line of embossers. So if you're a hard copy braille reader, we have various options for you. Also, the Juliet 120, the Romeo. So those are products that Florida Vision carries. If not, we have also on the low vision side, we have several options from 5-inch screen, 8-inch, 12-inch, 16 inches. Simple to use in most cases, more advanced in other cases, and also very customizable. So, you know, that's what's nice about Humanware. We kind of have a nice portfolio of products, and those you can always ask Jose, Lisa, and Annika to give you a Zoom webinar or just a phone call and ask questions and try to understand what could be better for you or for your clients or for your student. That's why we work with Florida Vision, because they're local and they can actually, in these days, it's tough to be able to go face to face, which is pretty
Yeah.
sad. I can't wait to
Yeah.
get back on the road, by the way.
Yeah.
But for now, there's other ways to do it, you know. So please reach out if you have any questions, anything you need. Florida Vision has a lot of options for you.
Yeah. We sure do.
And support. I just need to talk about support because I know that you, Jose, and your team, you're awesome. It's not just buying a product and then we'll ship a box and you're done. Read the user guide. That doesn't work.
Yeah.
We have specific needs, you know, and everyone learns a different way. So I mean, some of us open the box and we turn the device on and just play with it until we crash it, and then we read the user guide. And other people just pick up the phone and call Jose. And I rather the latter, you know, because it's
Yeah.
nice to have local support. So if you buy a product, you need to have the support that goes with it. Um, so there's always, you know, there's always a way to call tech support and ask them for help. But if you bought it locally, then you get local support, you get customized, personalized support. And that I know that Florida Vision excels at. And that's what makes us really proud of working with partners such as your team. So
Thank
thank
you.
you for your hard work, and
Oh, thank you.
hoping that you'll be busy for the next couple of months
Yeah.
as we're all distance working.
Yeah. Yeah. So before we get into the products,
Yeah.
if any of you guys have a question, feel free to type it in the chat. You know, we'll try to respond to it live rather than waiting till the end. And you know, you might forget what your question was, or you know, we might not have enough time. So if you have a question while we're discussing the products today, you know, put in the chat. If we'll try to catch it, we'll try to answer it, and we'll continue to move on. So today, again, we're talking about Humanware's low vision connected devices. And Sam, so which devices do we have?
So today, since I'm working at a distance and I'm kind of in a smaller apartment, I needed to have something that was very small and portable. So I packed my suitcase from Orlando, and I had to have something that fits in that suitcase so I can carry it with me. So I brought with me the Connect 12. That is my tool of choice. For me, it's the perfect blend of super portable and super intelligent and quite simple to use. So I'll be presenting a bit of the Connect 12 and some of its features. It does so many things, it's hard to explain all that in a few moments.
Yeah.
But what I like about that product, you know, it's just portable. It weighs, you know, less than 5 pounds. It's also a tablet. So I'm gonna share my screen in a few moments. You'll see what I can do with it, with a little lag, obviously, because Zoom and all the internet things slows it down. But I'll show you what I do. But it's the fact that I can capture a document, for example, and although it has 15 pages, I'll spend a minute capturing that. Then I'll pull the tablet off and go and sit on my couch and read it. You know, and if my eyesight is good and I'm relaxed, and I might be able to read for 10-15 minutes visually, and then eventually I'll say, okay, you know what, I need to listen to it. Then I'll just perform a gesture and have the audio read it back to me, and I can go through a 15-page document with the comfort of only holding a tablet in my hand.
Yeah.
So the portability for me is like huge. And Jose, I think you're the same, right? You don't want to carry a laptop everywhere you go in the home, or
Oh yeah. Oh yeah,
Just
yeah.
for,
I like everything to be all in one.
ah,
So we did get a comment in the chat asking to elaborate a little more about the tech support. So anybody that purchases equipment through Florida Vision Technology, for the most part, I tell them, if you have a question, here's my cell phone number, here's our office number. Don't hesitate to call. Don't hesitate
yeah,
to email. If we can't figure it out, if we don't know the answers, then we'll contact our friends at Humanware to find out the
yeah,
answers, and we'll help you with your problem. I've had customers call me at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I've had customers call me at 2 o'clock in the morning because they didn't realize the time or whatever. But
yeah.
we're always available.
Geez.
We don't, like Sam said, we don't just ship you a box and you figure it out on your own. We train you. We set it up for you. We train you.
Mm.
We follow up with customer support. We follow up with tech support. If you have an issue, you're more than welcome to come to our offices. We're located, our physical offices. We have one in Fort Lauderdale, and we also have one in Largo, Florida. So we have 2 different offices. And if you can't come to the office, if we could help you over the phone, we will do so. If we can help you remotely through a computer by connecting to your devices, we will do so. If we have to do something like this, where we get on Zoom or whatever the case may be, we will do so. The people who work in our stores, they're experts. They're very good with people. They're very personable. We do a lot here. We don't just sell products. Like I said, the majority of our staff is visually impaired. If they're not visually impaired, they've been in the industry for 20 plus years. So we're very, very knowledgeable. We've been doing this for a long time, and we're very passionate. We're not just trying to sell you products. We want you to be better. Again, whether it's your education, your profession, or the privacy, of your home. We want you to be able to meet your maximum potential. So it could be anything with cooking. It could be with reading. It could be with doing your homework or getting a report in for work. Whatever it is, we want to help you. So, we do a lot of tech support here. It's as easy as picking up the phone and making a phone call or sending in an email.
At 2 a.m.
Yeah, because I just want to tell this funny story. So I have a client who he bought one of our Humanware products, and he's deaf blind, and he was here in the States, and then he moved to another state. And I think he forgot that they're 3 hours behind, and I didn't mind it. It wasn't an issue. But when he called me, he had his daughter call me. When he called me, I helped him because with him, he's a good person. He needs the help, and I just wanted to get it done. It's again, we have hours, but people sometimes they just need help
Yeah.
at weird times. So yeah, so we got him going with his Braille No Touch Plus at 2 o'clock in the morning, and he was a
There
happy
you go.
customer. So that's a little bit of what we do
Exactly.
sometimes. Yeah, so hopefully
That's
that
the nice
answers
part
the question
about
about
local
tech support.
purchasing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I do want to mention about tech support also is that our needs change. So maybe you change jobs, or maybe your child is learning a new skill and they need assistance with that. So that's where you need to have local people to be able to assist you. And the other thing also is that Humanware offers free updates on all our products. There's no price. So when you purchase a Connect 12, for example, and 3 times a year we get a new version, then you might have questions. And most companies will give you support when you purchase or newly purchase a device. But then what happens when this updates, you'll probably need more help. So tech support is a never-ending situation, and it's a must. In our industry, the service has to be at a high level. And that's why Humanware partners with dealers like Florida Vision. So please do text Jose at 2 o'clock every Saturday morning. I'm pretty sure he's still up anyways, because Jose never sleeps, right?
Yeah. Lately, yeah, it feels like that lately.
Yes, sir.
But if we're busy, if we're with another customer or if we're sleeping or eating, we're gonna get back to you in a timely manner. So you
Absolutely.
guys are
Thank you for that.
more than welcome to always reach out.
Very
We
important.
exist.
I, I'm sure everyone appreciates that, and I've heard nothing but positive comments from Florida Vision. So keep up your good work.
Thanks.
Yeah, so Connect 12 is a product we'll talk about today. I mean, there's other options. There's other products that I could have brought with me. I do have a 5-inch Explore 5, which is pretty cool if I have to go, somewhere. But right now, as I'm confined, the Connect 12 is the perfect product. So if I get mail, for example, I can just capture it and read it, and if I can do my email on it and so on. So I'll show you that in a moment.
Nice.
Other options you have on the low vision side. So I talked about the Explore 5, very portable, fits in your pocket. The Explore 8, which is kind of a small portable CCTV that you can carry with you, or you can connect to a large screen, a 45, 46 inch or 50 inch or 55, and nowadays they even get bigger. And then you can use it to read or look at pictures, magnify, print. So those are two nice portable devices. And then you have two versions of the Reveal 16. So Reveal 16 is a portable, or I'd say transportable magnifier or CCTV with distance viewing. So it collapses, runs on a battery. Battery lasts 8 hours. You deploy it, you adjust the screen, you put your document under, and the Reveal 16 has zoom in, zoom out from 1 to 45x, which is very good magnification, all the color contrast, lines and blinds, and distance viewing. So in education, in classroom, that's something that's quite useful because kids will go from one class to the next and they can carry it with them and have a transportable device that they can see what's happening at a distance, although they're working at their desk.
Yeah.
And then the Reveal 16i, which is the same form factor, but we put a tablet inside. So as I mentioned, Humanware has a couple of connected devices. For blindness, it's the Braille Note Touch Plus. On low vision, we have Connect 12, and we also have the Reveal 16i, which both of them are Android, or all three of them actually are Android, with a layer of accessibility that in low vision is called Prodigy, and blindness is called Keysoft. So both of those layers of accessibility were developed to make the Android tablet do what you need, in an accessible interface.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the Connect 12 is pretty awesome. Connect 12 comes in various options. So for my part, I brought the Connect 12 without the distance camera because I don't really need that. So I just have a stand and a tablet, which is fine. So the Connect 12 sells for $2,695. Like I said, free updates. So there's no chances of being stuck with an old version. Then you can add two distance camera options. So either the SL10 that gives you 1 to 40x wireless distance viewing, and the SL25 that gives you 1 to 70x distance magnifying. So two wireless cameras, and the accessory of a Bluetooth keyboard that has white and black keys, wireless. So it's pretty awesome. So if you look at the products, you have $26.95 for the Connect 12. The SL10 camera is $2,995, and if you want that more advanced camera, it's $3,095, and the Bluetooth keyboard is $119. So all products are battery operated, fully rechargeable. They come with a carrying case so that you can carry it around with you, which I don't do. I just throw it in my backpack and I carry it with me. Sometimes I'll just bring the tablet. So whatever suits you best. It's so portable. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So we got a question in the chat asking, are you able to connect your Explore 5 to a monitor?
Very good question. Every one of our low vision and blindness products can be connected, right? So the Braille Note Touch has an HDMI port, and all of our low vision products from the 5, the 8, the 12, and the 16s, you can connect to large screen TVs through a regular USB cable. So I can take my Connect 12 and put it on I have a 42-inch screen here. If I want to magnify something, or I want a bigger screen, or I need to see details, I'll just connect it, put it on the TV screen, and that's it. There's no software required. Then you have yourself a 42-inch screen for your magnifier.
So
that's
really
pretty
cool. It's really, really cool. It's just plug and play.
Exactly. Yeah. And they all have the power cords that come with them, so fully chargeable. But we have devices that last for a full day of work. So if you connect your Explore 5, then you're good for a whole day. And actually, the 5 and the 8 will last probably a week because it's more spot reading. Connect 12 has to be recharged every day because it takes a bit more power. Reveal 16 will last 8 hours, and the Reveal 16i is 7 hours because it has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. So long-lasting battery, super important. So you want me to go hands-on? Would that be the right time for that?
Let's go into it. Yeah, let's check out the Connect 12.
I'm going to stop my video here so that I don't show up on the screen anymore. Right now, Jose, you're there. And I'm going to move towards my Connect 12. And just to give you an idea of my setup, so my Connect 12 is just next to my computer. And I installed this software called Zoom. And so, Jose, I'm not sure. Yeah, my screen's on there. So
There
I
you go.
installed the software called Zoom, the same software we're using right now to communicate. And Zoom allows you to share your screen. So that's what I've just done here. And I'm talking through my computer on my headset. So
There you
here's
go. You
my
sound good.
Prodigy Connect 12. All right, so this is the interface of the Connect 12. So as you've noticed, when I launched Zoom, you saw my Android tablet that's in the background. So all the Android applications that you're looking for, the Play Store, if you want to download applications, you can do that. It's a full-blown tablet, has Bluetooth, it has Wi-Fi, it has a GPS chip actually. There's a full-blown tablet, 12-inch screen, high definition, very portable, very light. Every button's tactile, and on the right side you have all your connectors, so you can use the product on its battery, or you can use it connected to AC if you want to. It's really your choice. On the interface that you see right now, this is an addition that we just made on the Connect 12. So if I go into my settings, I'm just going to tap on settings here and then user interface. And at the top, I have a user interface that's standard. Let me go into the carousel and hit the back button. And this is maybe what you've seen in the past. So larger buttons, this is the carousel mode. This was our original interface and works super good for students or professionals that need large icons. It's very accessible, bright colors, large text. I set mine with text white on black, which is important for me because I need a very high contrast in my vision. So the carousel mode is quite popular, but we added the tiles so you can choose to change that interface. The customization on the Connect 12 is impressive. And as I mentioned earlier, every one of your students or professionals out there have a different vision. Their vision varies, their needs vary, so you need to be able to customize the product to fit your needs. So we're constantly improving that to make it efficient for you. So if I move my carousel, I can just swipe on the screen with a simple gesture. It's very intuitive. I have access to various options here, and I can just tap wherever I want to launch. So if I tap on settings, for example, I'll go right back into my settings, and you can see my battery's running at 100% and charging at the same time because I'm from home, so that works good. And then I can go back into my user interface. I want to show you this tile again, which is another option to display the different icons. So you can see here I have my magnifier, I have my gallery. The gallery is where all my magnifier images will be stored, and then I can categorize them and I can write on those documents if I want to. I'll show you that in a moment. Other things that you see on this screen, on the bottom left side, we have apps, and this is new. This is what we added in our most recent version, where you can download apps from the Play Store onto your tablet. For example, let's say Facebook, and then you'll be able to find those apps and install them on this interface. We have our settings for all the customizations. So do you need speech, yes or no? What magnification is preferred? What colors do you prefer? What languages do you need? Because we can install 2 languages or 2 voices on this product, and that's free. So you can do all kinds of customization through your settings. And we also have a help there that gives you all the the access to video tutorials, to user guide, to whatever recipes or documentation that you're looking for. And also you can give us feedback there. So you can go tap on that help icon and send a message to Humanware and say, hey, you know what? There's missing something on this product and this is what we want. So this is our first interface. Now you've noticed on each side, for those of you that can see the screen, and Jose, I'll be the most descriptive possible so that you get a picture of this too.
Thank you. I
Visually.
appreciate that. And, I'm sure people who are tuning in who are who can't see the screen, they
Yeah,
appreciate that as well.
of course, always. So on each side of my screen, there's a left and a right arrow. So I'm going to tap on one of those arrows, and it brings me to the next screen. So on my tablet right now, there's several applications that I need, that I use daily, that your students or professionals might use also. So I have Google Chrome, I have Google Drive, Dropbox, Zoom, which I'm using right now to share my screen. I have Outlook because that's what I use for work. I always try to separate work from from personal, and I have PowerPoint. So if I'm doing a PowerPoint presentation for a client or for the team, then I can do it on my computer and synchronize it, and it shows up in my PowerPoint. And if I tap that same button again, then I have my books. So Bookshare is one of the most current applications that's popular for reading. There's hundreds of thousands of books that are available in Daisy. So Bookshare is installed on this, and we're going to expand on this in the next version. They're already working on that, where we're going to have access to other libraries and other content. But right now, this is Bookshare. So that means I can download an electronic book if I have a Bookshare account and read it while I'm seeing and hearing at the same time, with navigation and so on. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
In our last version, we added also in books for our low vision clientele, the possibility of seeing images within the books. So the Daisy format would allow that for many years, but we only had text for many years. And now if there's a picture in that book, it will show up and you'll be able to see that picture.
Yeah, it's super cool. It's
Yeah.
super cool. And for those of you, like right now, you don't hear the Connect well, but
Yeah.
because Sam's navigating using his vision. But if you are very low vision, it does have the option. I know he mentioned this. It does have the option to toggle speech. So when you're navigating through menus,
Correct.
it will speak out loud what it's doing. And when we captured things like text, it will also read that text to you. So you don't always have to depend on your site when using this product.
Absolutely. And thanks for that comment. It's really important because if you have a severe low vision kid, for example, speech will be necessary in the settings and on the interface. So you can turn that on. So the customization is there for that.
Yeah.
Great comment there, Jose.
Thank
you know your low vision products.
It's my job.
There you go, man. The other icon I have here is the calculators, and we have an accessible calculator that's available. It has a scientific mode, it has a regular standard mode, so all that. And you've noticed there's other icons where I can add other apps. So for example, if I tap on add, and then it says, what do you want to find the application? You want to search it or you want to show all? So let's go with show all. So that's what I tapped on. And now every application that I installed previously on this tablet will show up, and then you can choose it. So for example, I don't know, for example, if I want to go with Bard Mobile, then I'll tap on it, and now Bard Mobile is accessible on this screen with my desktop. So we've expanded this because we wanted to have more access to the applications without having to go into Google. It's now part of your Prodigy interface.
Yeah. And if you're visually impaired and you're tuning into this right now, or if you're someone who works at the VA or you're TVI or you're a counselor, caseworker, parent, if you don't have Bard Mobile for your clients or your students or your children, I highly recommend it. It's free. They have access to audio books. It's a great service, and the fact that you can use these on your Humanware products, the service on your Humanware products, I mean, it makes the experience even better than what it is. So I would definitely take advantage of Bard.
It's a great resource. I mean, there's many libraries out there. You look at Learning Ally, they have an app. If you want Bookshare and you really want to use the go-to, then you use their app. I mean, that's what's cool about this product is you use the app or the library, the content or the software that you need, install it, and then just make sure that it's on one of your desktop interfaces in your tiles, and you're good to go. So at this point, there's one app that you didn't see on my screen, and I actually didn't, like I said earlier, I didn't bring my distance camera, but there's a distance app that would show up there. So if you have a student that needs all these functionalities, but also wants distance viewing, if you have that camera, you'll have a distance app, and then if you tap on that, it will go live to your camera. You will be able to see things at a distance, magnify within, capture images, save them to your gallery, modify them, pinch them, so on. We even have a split screen. So half of your screen can be what you're reading on your camera, your print document, and the other half will be what you're seeing at a distance. So the teacher writing things on the board.
Yeah.
So those are really cool things. So for professionals,
really good
maybe
features to use in the classroom, really good features to use at a PowerPoint presentation in your office. And you don't have to be right up on whatever it is someone's doing. Again, like he said, it's a distance camera. So like Sam, if you could give us an idea, like how far away can someone use that at? Would someone have to be sitting in the front of the classroom? Do they have to sit close to the monitor, or whatever they're using for that distance camera?
Yeah, low vision kids are often always sitting up front because they need to get close, and that's fine. I was in a classroom a couple of months ago, and the 7-year-old kid was sitting at the back of the classroom because that's where he wanted to be. And he turned his distance camera on, and he could see the front, the board while the teacher was writing on the board. He would be able to aim to that and then zoom into the magnification he needed. And he was probably at 30x, and he had every letter on his screen, and then he'd just move his camera and pan it left to right.
Wow.
So
I
very
gotta
good
stop you right there real
magnification.
quick. I gotta stop you. So
Yeah,
he's in the back
yeah,
of the classroom
yeah,
using his camera at 30x magnification.
yeah.
Say again how old he is?
He was 7 years old. Yeah,
7 years old, right?
yeah,
7 years old using this product. So if a 7-year-old child can use this product productively in a classroom, there is no reason why someone who's 17, 27, 37, 47, 57, 67 shouldn't be able to use this product,
So you're very right. And I need
And
to
if that
say
doesn't
something
talk
about
about
AJ.
ease of
That's
use, I
his
don't know
name,
what
AJ.
does.
Yeah. Well, AJ's an awesome kid.
Yeah.
He actually made his TVI cry because AJ lost his sight maybe 2 years ago, and unfortunately, he was refusing any piece of equipment because he wanted to look cool in the classroom, and he didn't want his peers to see him stand out because of his visual impairment. And I think we're all a bit like that.
Yeah, I
So
think
AJ
so.
was refusing everything, and then I went into his school. I sat next to him and I explained to AJ. I said, "Look, I'm visually impaired too. Would you like me to show you how I do my job?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure." So I pull out my Connect 12, and it looks so cool. It's easy to deploy. It's pretty small, and it's a tablet. So I showed him how I read my email and how I capture documents and how I look at his teacher's face, with the distance camera. And she was sitting just across the table, and she was pretty. So AJ, he looks at me. He doesn't say much. He grabbed it and folded it, and then he said, "Would you come with me?" And I said, "Sure." And then he brought me to his classroom, which I was a bit uneasy because the class was going on and the teacher was looking at us like, "Hey, I have 27 other students here. What are you doing?" So we went to the back of the classroom. He deployed it. I never even showed him how to use it. And he aimed to the teacher in the front of the classroom, and his TBI was crying because she at last found that one product that kid needed to feel comfortable in the classroom.
Yeah.
So that's it. The product is cool. It works for AJ, and he started working in his classroom and feeling cool with all the other kids. So that's important.
That's very important. And, a
Uh,
lot of people don't think about that, because sometimes, even though we really need this different type of assistive technology, sometimes they do make us stick out. So because a product like this, it makes it look like any other child who has, or individual who has a tablet, honestly.
Exactly.
It looks, it fits in the classroom, doesn't look out of place. So, I mean, that's an awesome point.
That's all it. Yes, sir. Let me take a last 2 or 3 minutes. I want to show you how we use this. I'm going to tap on magnifier here, and that's going to launch my camera live. Now, remember, we're doing a zoom here, so it's going to be a bit of out of focus. There's going to be a lag, but when you're using the product live, it looks awesome. Autofocus, right now it's at 1x magnification, which is exactly what you'd see on the print. But then if I pinch and zoom, I can just make it bigger and it'll do that. I can also go with various contrasts. If I want to use black on white, white on black, you can do that. But what I like about the Connect 12 is that you don't really need the print document. So I'm going to put it in full page, and I'm going to raise my tablet and put my page on the side here and just capture it. I'm going to tap and hold on the screen, and you probably heard the click. That means it took a picture. And then I just don't need the print anymore. I took the document away. And after that capture, it's automatic. It starts processing this page and looks at it and changes the print to text, which means now if I pinch and zoom, it's electronic text. It's perfect. So you're not magnifying print that's imperfect. You're magnifying what we call diamond edge, which is a perfect text that's very, very crisp and clear in the contrast that you need. And that's the intelligence that we built into the software. And that's keeping the exact format of the page you captured. So if there's a picture on the top right side, it will stay. And actually, the picture will remain in true color while the rest of the text will be white on black, which I need. So I need my text to be in contrast, but when I'm looking at it at Jose's face on this page, for example, I don't want to see him white on black. I want to see his, you know, his
Full
colors,
color.
right?
There you go.
So that's all that. And you can see the button banner at the bottom, so I can zoom in, zoom out. You have magnification from 1 to 80x once you've captured. We have a read button, and I'll do that in a moment. We have a save button. So this document is not saved. I might not want to keep it, but I can decide to keep it. And if I keep it, then I can write on it because we're going paperless.
Yeah, it's such a cool feature.
That's,
I mean, I don't know
that's
if it's
pretty cool.
possible for you to show that feature on here, but I mean, if you could, that'd be
Yes, sir.
awesome. I mean,
I
it's
will
a
definitely
truly
do that.
amazing feature.
That is pretty awesome. So I'll do that in a moment. We also have a settings key there, so a settings button. So if you want to change your colors, or if you want to change magnification, or you want to change the voice that you're reading. For example, if I captured a Spanish document and I installed Rosa, then it would read it in Spanish, and then I can toggle to English, right? So pretty cool. The settings are there, and the back button to go back. So right now I'm gonna change my text around here, and in item number 2, I'm just going to tap and hold on the first word.
In science class, Sarah needed 8 test tubes for 3 different experiments. The first experiment.
So it's reading what you captured.
Exactly. It's reading aloud what I've captured. And obviously, like I said, there is a lag in Zoom, but you probably saw that the word that's being read is in focus. It's got a certain highlight to it that can be modified if you don't want it. And that allows your student or the person that's reading this document to be able to see and read with their magnification and colors that are that they're looking for. So pretty awesome. It's a great feature. The text is good. I can make it bigger or smaller just by using a pinch and zoom, which is awesome. So being able to capture a document, a full page document or 15 pages, and then reading it aloud while I'm removing the tablet sitting on my couch or wherever I like to read, this makes it very, very portable and useful. So I'm gonna discard this document because for me this document was not really the one I intended to use for writing. I have a sheet here that has some math, and math is important. I'm gonna capture this. There we go. Let's do some math. All right, so you can see I've captured my document landscape because I wanted the full page, and it just turns it around for me, right? So, and once it captures it, now it's going to try to do some stuff with it. Oh, actually, this one captured it and turned it upside down. Let me try that again. Oop. There you go. Oh. All right, let's capture this again. There we go. It always does a few strange things when I'm running Zoom at the same time. Kind of, there you go. Excellent. So now I got my captured math.
Right?
Yeah, it's always like that. You got to have troubleshooting skills when you're visually impaired. The technology is never perfect, right? And I'm going to save this document. There we go. It is saved. And you've noticed when I tapped on the save, then there's a little pencil that appears. So, you know, basically what I can do is I can pinch and zoom to magnify, and I'm going to tap on that pencil, and it says 2 plus 5. So let's go with 7. There we go. So there's my 7. And then I'm going to use 2 fingers to pan to the next one. It says 7 plus 3. Let's go for 10. So I'm writing directly on the screen with the tip of my finger. 6 plus 7, 13. That's good. I know my math.
Nice.
5 plus 4, that would be 8. Oh, no, wrong. So I'm going to open my button banner and take my eraser and erase that and just go back to the pencil here and answer this correctly. The answer was 9, right? So automatically, when you write with the stylus or with your finger on this document in magnification, right? Because this is magnified. If I make it smaller, it's like that. This document is automatically saved into your gallery.
How cool is
and that's the magic of this device, is capturing print, getting rid of the print, and then writing directly on your tablet, which is very natural. And it saves it, and then we'll be able to share it, and I'll show you that in a moment. But that's what I was saying. We're going paperless, and this can be done on the Connect 12 or on the Reveal 16i. Both of them have touch screens, so you can do that.
Yeah, how cool is that? So Sam's showing you this right now with a worksheet that maybe an elementary student would use. But I
Yeah,
mean, think of all the different possibilities you could add this to, you could apply this to, right? Like you could fill out a doctor's form.
it's
You
it's pretty
could,
complete. Yeah.
yeah,
So I
I
just
mean,
exited my magnifier. And I'm going to go into the gallery real briefly and show you the document I saved is the first one that shows on my gallery here. All my previous documents are right side. So you see I have a Word document. I have a multi-page document. So if I go into my multi-pages, pages 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, how many pages there? If I go left, so back to my math edition, then I have notes, so I can take notes on this device. I can take a blank page and just write a phone number, for example, while I'm talking
so
to a client.
cool.
So this is pretty cool.
It's
Then we
so
have text.
cool.
So yeah, the text folder is fun because if I'm reading a web page, in Wikipedia, I can select that whole page, copy it to clipboard, and whatever I copy to my clipboard will be pasted here in text, and I can read it aloud. So that means PDF, Word, HTML, whatever form factor that contains text will go in text if I copy it.
Wow.
Here's my distance folder. So every capture that I take with my distance camera will be in here. Then I created a test folder. Then I created a personal folder. I created a PDF folder. I got a math folder. And in my math folder, then I can create sublevels if I want to. So I have math documents here. But if I wanted to have, math, first session, second session, you can create folders within the folders, which kind of makes it fun.
It's super cool.
But why do we have big icons like this is that when I go back to my original document, there we go, here it is, edition. So you can see here that this is the document that I edited. I can go back and modify it again. Let me exit this view here. There we go. So everything that I wrote will be saved automatically into this. And I can add more. I can go and erase things and so on. So I can really edit this document and finish it. 1 page, 5 pages, 100 pages, it doesn't matter. But if I tap and hold on it, then there are options. I can rename it, I can delete it, I can move it to another category. The one I want to show you is share. I'm going to tap on share, and it's going to say, how would you like to share this document? PDF, JPEG, or text? I'm going to go with PDF, and then it's going to say, where would you like to share it? Gmail, save to Google Drive, save to Dropbox, save to Outlook. So those are the 4 apps that I have on my tablet. So you can think about a student that has an assignment that has to read and then highlight sections or use a keyboard to write directly on that print document, or write as I've just done with my finger, and then send it by Gmail or save it to Google Drive in a synchronized folder for my student or the student and the teacher share together. So very, very powerful, connected, as I mentioned. So this is awesome for kids that are working from home, for example.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's say your kid has, asthma, and in September it's unsafe for the child to go in a classroom. Well, you could activate Zoom and be in the classroom virtually and be able to capture print documents or receive emails from the teacher with homework or assignments, complete them without the print document, and just share them back with the teacher, being at a distance.
So cool. It's so cool.
So that's the magic of the Connect 12. What you've seen here is practically the same thing as Reveal 16i. So the Reveal 16i has all these options. The distance viewing is slightly different because it's built in, but for the most part, it's all there. And remember, both of them, when I put 5 fingers down, I bring it into my tablet and I can triple tap, and this is fully accessible for low vision with the magnification that's required, having access to an Android tablet with Play Store where you can download YouTube or whatever app that your student needs or that a professional needs.
Yeah. And what I really like about that, like going back to distance learning, is, when you're not in front of somebody, you might need tech support, right? Let's say you're not in front of your teacher, or maybe someone in the VA is not in front of their caseworker. You could put TeamViewer on here due to the fact that it has the Android operating system, and they can remotely access your device and help you with whatever it is you need help with. All you need is an internet connection, and you're good.
Yeah. Exactly. And working from home is different than working in a classroom setting. So if a student's in a classroom, some IT will refuse to use Dropbox or will refuse to use Zoom in the classroom because the network is secured at school. But if you're at home, then it gives you full access.
Yeah.
So I know teachers that are doing a Zoom just like you and I are doing right now with several students that are in the same chat room listening to the teacher that's muting all the microphones.
Yeah.
And kids are doing their thing. And if they're sighted, they're using a pencil. And if they're visually impaired, they're using either a Braille Note Touch Plus or a Prodigy Connect 12
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
Reveal 16i. And teaching goes on, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the
So it
purpose.
has to move forward.
Yeah.
Sam, so like you were showing people like they could write on the screen using their finger, but let's say somebody wants to use like a stylus or another tool that are usually made for tablets. Are they able to do so?
Yes, inside the box there is a stylus, and there's a screen protector also that removes the glare from the screen.
Nice.
So that's already in the box.
Oh, very cool.
Honestly, I mean, I don't use the stylus personally because it's just so natural to use your finger, and it responds pretty well. We've done some good improvements from the first version that we released this. Jose, I must say that, when I started losing my sight in 2000, I kind of abandoned writing because the hand-eye coordination thing on a CCTV is really tough.
Yeah.
And my eye fatigue would kick in quickly, and I'd get frustrated with the document trying to find the tip of my pencil and so on.
Yeah.
Now I've started using, I've getting used back to writing directly on the screen. It's just so natural, and my writing hasn't improved, but at least I can use that skill.
Yeah, very cool. So the option's there, and like Sam said, it comes in the box. So that's super cool.
Yeah, and if you want to do a really good job, a Bluetooth keyboard, I mean, anyone is good. We have one, and Lisa will show you that one if you'd like to. You have access to that keyboard, but any keyboard does, and then you can just type instead of writing with your finger.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That does a good job.
So writing with your finger, writing with a stylus, or inputting text via keyboard.
Exactly.
Very cool. Very cool stuff.
Hey, it's not all work, it's play sometimes. So I must add here that on my tablet, I do have reading applications and so on, have my work stuff, but I also have on my tablet Spotify. So I love to listen to music while I'm working sometimes.
Nice.
And it helps me to focus. So you can listen to music. I do have my Facebook on here, and I use 2 or 3 different Gmail accounts so I can switch from one to the other. So it's not just work, it's also play. It has the ability to do, it's a one size fits all tool. It's all in, right?
Yeah.
So whatever you need is there. And regardless of low vision or blindness, both product lines have that ability. If you want Amazon because you need to buy stuff, then install it. It's available to you and it's free.
What about things like Netflix? What if they, a lot of people are staying at home watching Netflix these days?
I have Netflix on every one of my devices. Well, working from home, that means that the days are longer because you're working 10, 12 hours a day. You just lose track of time. There's nothing else to do anyways, right? So once in a while, if it's lunchtime, why not just check out and listen to music or watch something or chat with someone or just catch up on your social life. So yeah, it's one tool, has it all.
Very cool. Good stuff. And I don't remember. I think we said in the beginning, but what's the battery life on that device, the Connect 12?
Connect 12 is, between 7 and 8 hours, but it can go down to 4. So if you're YouTubing all day long, the Wi-Fi is on all the time and it's downloading all the time. So your battery will last a bit less, but hopefully students are not doing that if not connected. But yeah, 7 to 8 hours, one full day. On the Reveal 16i, it's 7 hours, sure. So batteries are super long. And on the Reveal 16, which is just a magnifier, zoom in, zoom out, no connectivity, that one lasts 8-9 hours. It's super long lasting.
Wow.
Yeah, and fully rechargeable, which is really important.
Wow, very cool. Good stuff.
That's the toy that I wanted to share with you today.
That is really good stuff. Very good stuff. So again, guys, I mean, if this could be used in a classroom, it could be used in an office, it could be used at your house. I mean, you could pretty much use this for almost anything you need productivity-wise, right? It's a very powerful tool. It's very useful, very accessible. This particular device is specifically for someone who has, some usable vision because it is a video magnifier and it has speech on it, right? So if your eyes get fatigued and you want to just listen to it read to you, it will do so. It's a very powerful device. Very powerful.
If you want to see more, there's videos. So go
Oh,
to
yeah. You know
YouTube
what?
and
Speaking of which, Sam, why
yeah.
don't you tell them about the Humanware Buddy app?
Humanware Buddy app is an application that you can install on an Android or iOS device, and it basically gives you access to all the videos and all the how-tos, and access also to support, any type of support on any Humanware product. So you install it on your iPhone if you'd like to. I think this is a great resource for TVIs. TVIs have to manage 20 different students with 40 different pieces of equipment. And sometimes there's just a quick question of how do I connect my wireless camera? Or how do I translate UEB, and start typing in Nemeth? Well, then all those how-tos are available in the Buddy app, and it's a free app that was made by Humanware as a resource for our products.
Very cool. Well, I think we're about to wrap it up because we're at the top of the hour.
Yes, sir.
Man, Sam, I really appreciate you being on with us today. That was a phenomenon demonstration. I learned a lot, even if I work with these products on a regular basis. I learned a lot today from this. So I appreciate you being here with us, and we appreciate Humanware. We want to say anything to our audience before we check out?
Well, thank you for the invitation. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for the invitation, buddy.
Thank you. Anyways, guys, so that's Sam from Humanware. I'm Jose, and we are going to sign out.